Hey everyone, so final video review for this week is for Reading Her by Amanda Radley. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that. So if you are on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you're on Facebook or on my blog, then there is a link within the post. And this is the video review. So Reading Her by Amanda Radley. Absolutely loved this. Lauren's a fitness instructor at a gym, and she notices Hugo, who's a teenager, trying to figure out some equipment because he wants to get strong and beat the bullies at school. So then that leads to quite an awkward altercation in meeting Hugo's mother, Allegra. And Lauren and Allegra both have this really instant attraction. And so Allegra has to sort of back down a little bit and accept that Hugo being at the gym is not Lauren's fault, and then she invites Lauren for a meal to say thank you for everything she's doing to help her son, and just to be nice, really. And then that's when it's so clear that their connection knows no bounds, until a bit of a secret that Lauren's hiding comes between them and makes things a bit awkward again. But I always love whatever Amanda writes, and Reading Her is no exception. It was absolutely perfect. It had everything comforting that I love from Amanda's books, but it had a few little surprises in there which just reminded me of some of the early stories that Amanda wrote, and those were the stories that made me fall in love with her writing and really become such a big fan. So as I say, this was just perfect. It fitted in. It took me back, and I loved it. And it was just wonderful. It reminded me of so much. It was cute. It was filled with lovely moments. It had a touch of humour, which Amanda always injects perfectly, and just something that felt familiar. In the development, the tone, the relationship being established, which I just really liked. I just absolutely loved it. As soon as I started reading, I was just like, this I like. It's comforting. It reminds me I am definitely reading Amanda Radley, and this is what I love so much about her work. So there was this amazing chemistry between Lauren and Allegra. It was charged and it was sizzling, and you just knew straight away, like the second they met, it was going to get completely out of control and force them together, and they weren't going to be able to do anything about it. So that touch of angst from Lauren, the bit that was just holding her back with her secrets and just everything sort of going on with her, it was what it needed to just add a bit of depth and a bit of edge to the intensity of everything between them. And it meant that they didn't just fall in love straight away from this instant attraction. There was this build up, this slow burn, this tension, this drama, because Allegra could sort of tell there was something not quite right, but it took her a while to figure it out. And so that just made sort of put the complication in for the feelings that get in the way of things, which they naturally do. So the connection they had, it meant that Allegra wasn't fooled, and I'm so glad that she didn't give up on Lauren. It was great to sort of, she just knew something wasn't quite right. She knew she didn't quite know how to figure it out, but she was going to. And she didn't give up on Lauren when things got tough. It would have been so easy for her to do a couple of times, just walk away, and she had the odd wobble, but I had a lot of hope for her. So as I said, it was just a really cute, lovely story. I know I'm going to read it again and again because I just loved it. It was such a comfort, as I've said. And Amanda's stories are like spending time with really good friends, and so Reading Her definitely made me feel that way. I felt I knew these people. I felt I knew them really well, even from that very first moment I met them. And it was a really lovely feeling to connect so easily with a story and characters without needing too much from them first. I can't recommend the story enough. I really can't. And if you're a fan of Amanda's stories, you're going to love this one. It's very special and just a very heartwarming story, which I really hope if you go and check it out, you're going to enjoy and love as much as I did. So I'll put a link in the description so you can go and grab a copy of Reading Her by Amanda Radley, which I really, really hope you will. If you've read Reading Her, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below. Please get involved. And if you haven't read it yet, but it's on your to be read list, you're planning to read it, or you're now super intrigued and thinking, I really, really, really want to read that, again, it would be great to hear from you. So please comment below, please let us know. And if you do read it, as I said, just really, really hope you love it as much as I did. Bye.